On the phone with us right now is Republican Representative Adam Kinzinger from Illinois. Congressman, thank you for joining us. First of all, are you and your colleagues safe right now?
Yeah, everybody's safe. I don't want to give my location, but I'll tell you this is madness, and anybody that calls themselves a Republican like myself should be very ashamed right now. And I don't know if this has ever happened in history. It's disgusting, and this is not how democracies and how politics works.
I don't think a lot of folks would disagree with you on that. Can you tell us, did you were in the middle of debate? Was there simply an adjournment and you were taken to a special place? I mean, how did it all play out from your point of view?
Yeah, in my case, I kind of started seeing things unfurl, so I came back to a different location, and but I have been talking to people that are on the floor, and you know, obviously when the Capitol was breached, they did security protocol, which they're good at, but, you know, significantly outnumbered, throwing on escape hoods. I mean, we have these, you know, emergency escape hoods that we think it's one of those doomsday scenarios that we'll never use. We're using those. And right now I think it's a matter of hoping that cooler heads prevail, hoping that the president actually quits being a coward and calls in the D.C. Guard and actually takes some leadership for a moment. But, you know, until then, we're going to continue to do what we need to do to be safe.
Are you, what we're watching right now, do you lay that at the president's feet?
Do I think, wait, say that again, I couldn't understand
that. Yeah, what we're watching right now with the siege of the Capitol, do you lay this at the president's feet? Is he responsible?
Yeah. I mean, look, absolutely. You know, not just in his speech today where he basically implied this was going to happen. We've seen this all over Twitter. I don't look at Parler, but I hear it's been all over Parler. This is not a surprise to anybody and shouldn't be. And I've said for weeks that I fear violence on January 6th. And for the president to go out today when everybody's in a heightened emotional state after being falsely promised that somehow Congress can magically pick the next president, he completely shirked his responsibility as president to keep the American people safe.
A number of your colleagues in the House and certainly a number from the Senate have announced, and they've already demonstrated that they are going to try to reject some of these electoral votes. Do you think that this will stop the process, or do you think that they will want to carry on once order is restored there?
Well, because the Constitution, you know, is enduring, the process will go forward. If any of my friends or colleagues continue with the objection, I think that is a disgrace. I think the reality is, first off, it was a fool's errand anyway. It was a grift, an attempt to raise money. And now, after this, if we, assuage these actions, we can only expect more in the future.
What was it like? I don't know if you actually heard Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's remarks today, but he essentially, broke ranks with the president and said it's over, it's done in so many words. What was it like to hear that?
Well, it was good. I wish he'd have said it a while ago. But the bottom line is we have too many people out here that want to avoid temporary pain by telling people what they don't want to hear. So they go along with this magical idea that Congress gets to pick the president. Congress doesn't. And what we're seeing now is, the result of false hope given to people. And so it was great to see the majority leader say that. I hope all the leadership in the House and Senate say the exact same thing. And I hope when we reconvene finally that we move forward and just accept the results as the American people voted for, whether we like those results or not.
I think it's fair to say that much of your party will bear some of the stain of this day. Going forward, there is also the vote in Georgia that we're watching very closely, that when all is said and done, we could be looking at a Democratic-held Senate. How serious is the damage to the Republican Party going forward?
I think it's serious. I think, did we make gains within minority communities? Sure, but we're losing in one very terminal demographic, and that is young people. As young people grow older, they're rejecting Republican politics. We've gotten away from the Reagan-esque idea of explaining the compassion of conservatism, and we've relegated to a culture war. That's not the Republican Party that me at 42 years old was in love with. I love the idea of a strong American leadership and leadership around the globe. We have to get back to that, but we're going to bear the consequences of this for a little bit.
Before I let you go, have you or any of your colleagues, is there any effort right now to try and get in touch with the White House and say, please make this stop?
I don't know. I think right now it's kind of the, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We're at the bottom of that and just getting through this moment. But I certainly hope people with rank in the House are doing that and in the Senate. And we go beyond some, tweet saying thank you to the Capitol Police. And we actually start calling for real action to restore order to the people's house. Otherwise, we're no different than any of, these failed democracies around the world.
All right. Well, Congressman Adam Kinzinger, Republican from Illinois, we thank you for being with us, and we're grateful that you and your colleagues are okay right now. Please stay safe, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.